the other things are related to homework. So yeah, those things students don't study or yeah study with the teachers.
Mm-hmm. I
Uh,
understand.
okay.
Yes. Here's your book.
And uh, if I make a mistake while I'm
Yes, yes.
talking, yeah, please correct it right away or yeah, after I finished my answers. Okay?
Yes, yes, don't worry.
Okay.
Yes. Since you mentioned that I was actually typing it already. Uh, for example, you just said those things just don't study with teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Your sentence is um, a bit strange. So it's better to say we we don't usually study
Mm-hmm.
those things with teachers
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they are our homework.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, don't worry, I'm writing them down.
I mean, yeah, I know you are writing down, but you didn't mention what I just made a mistake. So I mean, if you are possible or available to correct my sentences in
Mhm.
our class, I hope you do
Mhm.
it, yeah, in our class as well, and also write down my wrong sentences on my feedback box.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Or you can say if it's possible for you
Mm-hmm.
to correct my wrong sentences in class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So, if you didn't mention my wrong sentences in class, uh, if you just write down them, I'm a little bit difficult to correct them by myself.
Oh.
So yeah, if you mentioned it, then it remained, or I can. I mean, I can. How can I say? I can know what I made a mistake and how I can correct my sentences.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Another sentence. If you just write down them,
Mm-hmm.
your pronoun. If you just write them down,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Write them down. Yeah, that's right.
and the last sentence that you made, I can know what I made mistake, or
Uh-huh.
I can know what mistake I did, or
Mm-hmm.
I can know what my mistake is.
Mm-hmm. So, or I can know what mistakes I made. It is also possible, right? Okay.
Mhm. Very
Okay.
nice. Whew.
Then.
I'm really sorry. I'm getting the hang of it because your class is actually quite special.
Really?
Yes, no, the other students just ask me how to become better in English, but in your case, you have your own way to become better.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of ways to improve my English skills, but it is not easy to um, correct minor mistakes like um, subject and verb agreement, or when I use tense, I have to keep using past tense. But yeah, it was too hard, and while I'm talking, I always forget to use the past tense. So I think yeah, if someone who correct my sentences all the time, then I think yeah, it would be more helpful.
Mhm. If someone corrects,
Hmm.
yes, instead of saying if someone who corrects
Hmm.
my sentences
How did
all the time.
how did I say?
If someone who, you added who.
Mm-hmm.
If someone who corrects my sentences
Mm-hmm.
and then something.
Mm-hmm.
If someone corrects
Mm-hmm.
or help me check my sentences, then it would be better.
Okay.
Okay. And when you said when I use past tense, I have to keep using past tense. Or
Mhm.
you can also say when I use, you can use the word the. When I
Mhm.
use the past tense of
Mhm.
the verb, I
Mhm.
have to keep using the same tense.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
The same tense.
Because we already established that it is about the past tense.
Mhm.
So you can just say on your second sentence
Mhm.
the same tense.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay.
yes, welcome to lesson 3. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Then
Need.
I will explain what I will explain what I've learned from this book. And there are four things that plants need: water, air, sunlight, and space. So first is water. Water is really important to plants. Oh, you don't need to turn over the page because I
Okay, okay.
can see the yeah context.
Ah, you don't want to see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because yeah, that's why I studied it in advance. I want to explain it yeah, in my words,
In my own words.
in my own words. Mhm. So,
Okay.
okay, water is really important to plants. It helps them grow and make their own food. Some plants need a lot of water to grow, but other plants need just enough amount of water. Yeah. And second is air. Um, plants need plants need air to breathe in. Um, and if air is
Mhm.
essential because if there is no air, plants can't live. And they also need air to make their own food. And third is
Mhm.
sunlight. Getting enough sunlight is also really important to plants. They use sunlight to make their own food or grow fully.
Mhm.
And the fourth, yeah, the last one is space. If
Mhm.
plants grow fully, they need enough space. So big plants need a bigger space to grow fully, and small plants can live in small space. Yeah, that's all I've learned.
Okay. Okay, very nice. You did not actually miss a single detail. Very good. And your sentences were on spot. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, by the way, do
Mm-hmm.
you think that the needs of the plants and humans are the same?
Not they are the same in some parts, but yeah, it they are not exactly the same because yeah, if people can't move, actually plants don't need to move. Most of plants um, stay in the same place, but if people can't move, I think most people would die. So movement is really essential to people. And I don't know, plants have a conversation to each other or not, but I believe they don't talk to each other. But people can't have a communication with the other people. It's really hard to yeah live in this world. So yeah, I think people have to communicate to each other. So that's two things I think people need more than plants.
Okay. Okay, I'll help you with your sentence. You said a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
most of plants stay in the
Mm-hmm.
same place. It's
Mm-hmm.
better to say most plants.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, all plants
Yeah.
stay
Oh,
in
no, no,
the
no.
same place.
No, no. Some
Oh,
plants can move.
vines. Yes, yes. Sorry. Good. Very good. Thank you for pointing that out. Most plants stay in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
That's a better sentence. Remove
Mm-hmm.
your off, okay?
Yeah. Or most of the plants, or
Mm,
most of plants is also possible, or it's wrong grammatically.
yeah, actually, grammatically
Oh,
wrong if
wrong.
you add off. Most something, no more off.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Okay.
people, most animals,
But
most students.
most of my classmates, we can use most of my
Because
classmates, no?
it's being followed by a pronoun and then the noun.
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand? It's being followed by a pronoun. Most of the,
Mm-hmm.
also an article. So
So,
there is a
mm,
determiner before
mm,
the exact word or the subject.
okay, I see. I got it.
So if it's most and then subject,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to use of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Most people and most of my classmates,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a determiner before the noun, it's okay to use off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry, we don't actually have much time. That's why I'm speaking really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the other one, I don't know plants have conversation to each other or not.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, I don't know if plants
Uh-huh.
talk to each other or not,
Mm-hmm.
or
Okay.
have a conversation with each other or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And people to need to communicate with each other.
What did I say?
You said people need communicate to each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
People need to communicate with each other.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad I'm glad that you're doing your best for our class. And I actually listed 10
Mm-hmm.
grammar corrections
Wow.
so that yes, so that you will be able to practice more, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. And yes, I might lose track of time again, of the time. Okay. Huh, we're actually not yet done, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. And I do agree that plants are quite different from people. Yes, we need to
Mm-hmm.
communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And as they say, no man is an island.
No man is what?
Have no man is an island.
No man.
I'll
Ah,
write
on
it.
island. Okay, island. Oh, I got it.
Yeah. I'll write it down. Sorry, I always forget that we have a chat box. No
Uh,
man is an island.
mm-hmm.
Here.
So if no man is on island, it means people can't live alone.
Yes.
Is it a kind of an expression?
It's actually a saying, like a saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, very nice. You explained everything to me really well. And yes, plants do move. I'm sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's try to answer the questions here so
Mm-hmm.
that we can move forward with your book, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guide questions. Do people and plants have the same needs?
Oh,
You
it's the same.
answered it already.
Yeah, didn't you see the questions, guide questions, when you asked me the first question?
I actually didn't. I was just focused
Wow,
on the other page.
wow.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Oh no, it's okay because I thought I already read guide questions. So when you asked me the first question, I thought, oh, she asked me the first question of guide questions, but you didn't see it. But your question is exactly the same, yeah, as the writer of this book.
I was just finding a way to check your comprehension. I'm sorry,
No.
but thank you for that. ah, I want to check. You said I already read guide questions.
Hmm.
What do you think is the correct sentence?
I've already checked the guide questions.
Good. Or I already read
Hmm.
the guide questions.
Do I
Very good.
have to use read? Can I can I've read. Yeah, I've read. Okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
It's also correct. I've already checked or read. Both are
Okay,
okay.
okay.
And number two, what do you think will happen to the plants if they don't get enough sunlight?
Yeah, as long as they get sunlight, I think some plants can survive. But there is some plants who need a lot of sunlight. In that case, yeah, they would die. So um, we already talked about it yesterday, the similar
Mm-hmm.
question. So
Mm-hmm.
very few plants would survive even if the environment changes. Uh, changes a lot. Yeah, even if the environment changes a lot, yeah, there are some plants who would survive.
Nice. Okay. Be careful
Ah,
with your B verb. There are some plants.
there are some plants. Oh, okay.
Yes. But yeah, it's a common mistake, not only you, but I also do the same. And I agree. How about in people's case? What is the number one thing that we can't live without?
Mm,
If it's sunlight for plants, how about us?
us, food or water. Yeah, if there is a food, then I think water is not needed. But uh, if yeah, if there is no water, food can't. I mean, okay, food can't. I mean, plants can't grow, so um, we can't eat food.
Mhm. Very good. So we cannot actually live without food.
Yeah.
We can live with water, but not for long because we need nutrients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, nutrients.
Okay. And how is air helpful for plants?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it. How can I say? It is above being helpful. Oh, hello. Oh,
Hello? Yes, I'm
uh,
here. I'm
oh,
listening to you.
because I can hear some noise.
Oh,
Is
sorry.
it okay?
Maybe I.
Oh, it's a.
Is it okay now?
Now it's okay. Yeah, but yeah, it. Oh, now again.
Again? I don't know. It's
Uh-huh.
quite noisy here now.
Oh, no, no,
Or maybe.
not that kind of sound. Like some
Mhm.
mechanical sound, zzz, like that. Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure where it came
Okay.
from. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think air is essential. So it's not enough to say um, air is helpful for plants. So if there is no
Mhm.
air, plants um, can't survive. So yeah, air can make plants stay alive. So yeah, that's all.
Okay. So air air can make plants stay alive.
Hmm.
Okay. How will I fix this? Or how will I make it
Uh,
into a better sentence? Air can make plants stay
alive,
alive.
just alive, without
Uh,
stay
mm, ah,
or
plants
enable. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Plants plants live plants can live because of air,
Mm-hmm. So
maybe.
if the subject is air, the sentence became weird.
Not really. It's actually okay. Air, it's actually okay that your subject is the air. Air
Mm-hmm.
can make plants stay alive. The stay alive part is the bit strange.
So
The construct. Mhm.
if I say the air can make plants alive, then is it better?
Can make plants live, actually.
Live. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because alive is actually happening now and stay is also happening now. So both of them are in the present
Mm-hmm.
situation. So if you okay, hmm, air can make plants stay alive. Air can make plants live.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or sorry, plants can live because of the air, something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
So do I have to add a D in front of air all the time, or both
Mm,
are okay?
both are actually okay. Can you remember yesterday what I sent you? I
Yeah.
put some asterisk on the
Yeah,
important
but
one there. If it's something unique, you can use the.
it's too long, so
I'm sorry.
yeah. Uh, I hope you just write some grammar information related to my questions.
I'm really sorry. I was too excited because I just realized how to use the other uses of the during
Mm.
that time. So while I was summarizing the lesson for you, I was also reading it, so I did not notice that I wrote so much already. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, no, it's okay. Yeah, you did it
Thank you.
for me, so yeah.
But you did not read it. But yeah, this time I think you're gonna read it. Would it be okay if I send you 13 grammar corrections?
Sure, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, and I hope you'll have a good night tonight, Ilya. Good night. Have a nice night checking your grammar.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.